With NIL deals securing big paydays and some players not getting guaranteed top 10, top 15, maybe even top 20 spots in this past draft, lots of players returned back to college basketball to get another chance at getting a high pick and securing a guaranteed payday, as getting drafted isn't as worth it as it used to be. Now, Bennett Sturts was one of my top 10, top 15 players in last year's draft. Overall efficient guard, led his team to the Western Region second round berth against Texas Tech. Ultimately lost, but looked like a stud guard, averaging 19.2 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, 5.7 assists, 2.1 steals, 2 turnovers on 50, 40, 79 splits if I'm rounding up. So overall, very efficient, very, very good guard. And when you see stats like this and you think about the competition, you think about what he was able to do against even higher competition, because people were like, what can he do when the stakes are raised? And he stepped up to the plate when he needed to. When you think about a guard that, especially a league guard that is going into the league and what they can bring to the table, you look at the usage that he's been able to put up. 34% assist percentage to 13.1% on the turnovers is insane. Like a 2.9 assist to turnover ratio, that's insane playmaker, while also taking care of the ball, making sure that he's getting his teammates the utmost, best, highest percentage shot that they can possibly get. And then pairing that with a high steal percentage as well at 3.3, it's like he's still active on defense, may not be a dangerous on-ball guy, but he's smart, he doesn't foul. 1.5 fouls per 40 possessions, per 40 minutes. And so he's very, very disciplined, but also disrupting and creating turnovers on the other end of the ball. He may not also have the pop athletically, so, he's not dunking on people. He's not doing insane athletic finishes at the rim, but he's efficient. 72.1% at the rim is great for a guard his height with limited athleticism. So he's still getting to the rim, still getting to the mid-range, so he's able to create his own shot. Not that many assisted buckets, and he's the complete package. It's unfortunate that he went back to college to, still secure that bag, because he probably was going to get drafted late in the later rounds due to just popularity. And that's kind of what comes with these drafts. It's kind of a popularity contest, not also within what you can do, but he's an older prospect. People tend to shy away until we look at the data of past years. Older prospects tend to last because they kind of know what they're doing. They're a little bit more established, and they come into the league ready to win now. So he's definitely one of my favorite guards coming back, because I know he's put up all those stats, albeit on a lower tier team. Transfer to Iowa now, so we expect him to still keep up that type of consistency overall throughout the season. So he's definitely should be on you guys' big boards as a top 10, top 15 lock once again this season. It's crazy to me that I'm calling this dude a returner and not a freshman, because he enrolled and played last year as a 17-year-old. But Jaden Quainon's coming in, playing at Kentucky this year, is going to be a menace, man. He's already locked in at my top 4 because of just his insane defensive tools and capabilities in production at such a young age. He has all the tools and instincts to thrive in that role as a help defender and a rim protector. It may be a little bit undersized and not as polished, but you see the potential is like oozing out of him, man. Like, it's crazy how young this dude is and how solid he already is on the defensive end of things. Now, the offense is very raw. You really have to lock in, and he has to be in the gym, because shooting 40% from the free throw line is unacceptable. You cannot be doing that. Like, you gotta at least hit 60, 65%. 40 is not cutting it. Like, we want to see some semblance of touch. Like, he has insane block percentages, 9.8. and great rebounding numbers. The true shooting is pretty low because he's not really, he's kind of only a play finisher at this moment. And you can probably just hack a shack him and you get him to the line, and it's kind of wraps. He's not really getting that too many points. But he has some passing chops, some vision in there. We got to work on the touch, because if he wants to stick in the league, you have to be able to contribute offensively. And as raw as it is, it's really concerning if he doesn't get that touch. But he's young. He has a lot of time. The defensive side is very solid. Already something that he can hang his hat on. but it's a lot of work in the offseason on the offensive side of things. And Kentucky will give him the opportunity to explore his self-creation, pass play finishing, and see what he can do and contribute on the offensive end. Now it's Ahad. You back, man. We back at Auburn for yet another season. I thought he was going to continue in the draft, but like many others, had to come back. And I'm glad he came back. I think he still needs to improve on his playmaking skills and a little bit more on the defensive end. He wasn't a complete liability, but size, height, strength still can be an issue at times. But he's very active, very smart. He still looks for his teammates. He has not even a slight bag. He has a deep bag. You know, you want to be efficient with that bag. You want to take your shots where you can get them and work on increasing your efficiency and rim percentages, because 50% at the rim is unacceptable. You have some mid-range counters, but you have to, if you're able to get at the rim at least like 57, 58%, we can work with that. But 50% is unacceptable. You can't be making half of your layup attempts, man. Like, we know you got your bag at 3-point. We know you got that little dribble skills. We know you got everything from beyond the arc. But you got to he got to get a little bit of strength under him to find some more athletic finishes, or dish the rock, get some more rim assists, and work on that percentage at the cup, because the easy buckets is what gets you into your bag. Once they know they can't stop you at the rim, everything else opens up for you, and it's going to be plays like this. Easy dump offs at the rim because they're too scared for you to get them at the cup, because you already know you're dangerous at the three. I can't wait to see what he does with the offense almost entirely in his hands next season. And it's going to be electric, man. We're going to see a lot of highlight tapes, a lot of street ball, a lot of stuff I like to see as a college basketball fan with my eyes, but also that translates into the stats where I'm like, okay, this can translate into the NBA, and he can have a very long, successful career. Before JT Toppin returned to college, I was fighting tooth and nail to rank him between Asa Newell, Thomas Sorber, Janai Broome, and other bigs, Derek Queen, and just like figure out where he slots in. I had him top 10 because of the defensive rebound, and offensive rebounding, and just his defensive side of things that was just very efficient and very, very workable, because he had a shot that, you know, by the numbers was efficient, not that much of a volume to project it as, okay, this is going to be reliable, especially since his numbers from the free throw line were fairly low, like 67% from the line. So I thought he could, you know, eventually develop the shot in the league while also playing stellar defense. He has playmaking chops as well. He can move the ball. He's able to handle the ball in his hands, get him to the post, back down his man, and just have a flurry of moves to use in the post. And he's not a face-up big, but he has great touch around the rim, and I think those things would translate to the league. But he went back, got that bag. Don't blame him, because he wasn't guaranteed one of the top spots, probably. But he's a play finisher, got good athleticism, can roll down on the baseline, short roll, and finish plays at the rim. And he has really, like, it's not a super complicated post bag, but it's effective. And he has the strength and awareness to know when he can go up or kick out when he needs to. And he has good, like, athleticism at the rim. He like a little big Kyrie a little bit. Not too much. Kyrie is a great finisher, great acrobatic finisher, but he's a great rebounder and great at putbacks. So definitely will see him doing a lot of things consistently next year, around the same as what he's been doing the past 2 years in college, and definitely should get top 15, top 20 shots. There's a lot of prospects next year to compete with, especially if the freshmen come in and cook as everybody has predicted them to be cooking. But I think he's going to be up there fighting with them to get one of them top 15 spots. Last but not least is another Texas Tech teammate, Christian Anderson Jr. Now, he was lighting it up in FIBA basketball U19 and put on a stellar after stellar after stellar performance for Germany, showing off his ability to facilitate and handle the rock. He was mostly used in a shooter position, just a lot of volume, over 10 threes per 100 possessions. So he was throwing them up, getting them up, feeding his bigs down low. So he was kind of like a little bit more one-dimensional, obviously attacking closeouts while, lighting it up from three. But his growth as a playmaker in that World Cup showed me his potential as a guard going into the league. And it's crazy because he has a burner. He has a stroker. He's a very talented shooter, spaces the floor very, very far. But to see his growth in FIBA as a playmaker raises the potential that he has as an effective point guard in the league. He's very effective as a handler in pick and roll situations, and he has his defender guessing all the time whether he's going to go to the rim or take a step back to the three. And you don't really want to play too close because he can get right past you. And even though he's a little small, he has good reach and good touch at the cup. So he's able to finish at the rim, but he's very, very deadly from three. If you play too high up, you kind of get left in the dust and he just rolls right past you. The big plays too high up, it's cooked. The big plays too down low, you're just cooked as well because he's shooting at three. So you kind of have to give them fake looks and be very physical with him because he doesn't have the strength, but he still has touch. He still has focus enough to finish through all that contact, but you can't stay too far back. If you play under the screen, it's wraps. And he's good off ball too, like curling around screens, getting off balls. He's a deadly three-point shooter. You have to always have a player tag him because if he's running around and you lose track of him, he's very, very deadly. He's very, very deadly. And he gets good in the mid-range too, so don't think he's just a three and at the rim type of player. He can score all over the court, 3 levels, and be very deadly at it. So when we go to the next level of basketball, man, he's going to cook at Texas Tech. I think this was a good little experiment, not even experiment, good little reps before the real challenges come in with a little bit of older players and see how his growth past his age group has been, because these passes, the way he's been getting quick transition buckets and just easy buckets, like he has some zip on it. That dude kind of slowed the clip over there, but he has really good vision to find his players, and he's giving it to you right where you need it, right where only you can get it. So all these reps are going to go a long way into his development, and I have him like at around 25 on my big board, but I can see him getting as high as 15 if he really, really does the thing. As always, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and let me know in the comment section any other returners you guys love to see in the college basketball season this year. We got a lot of people that are going to make names for themselves, and let me know in the comments so I don't forget them, and I keep track of them, throughout the season with my scouting process. But you guys know what it is. Cheem team out. Peace.